Okay, so you may have seen all over your TikTok feed, basically people who are, using some sort of text to speech for Kanye's audio, but this is actually a very cool artificial intelligence tool, and it just kind of showcases the power of artificial intelligence, machine learning, all that stuff. Now, to do this, it's fairly basic, but you will have to remember it's a very, very choppy experience. The method I'm showing you here is a very basic one. It's kind of cool, but remember, this is a very, very basic method. So I'm going to kind of get that out of the way. Now we're going to be running this in a Google Colab. For those of you who don't know, Colab is basically a little like notebook you can run online. So this was pretty much built out of Python, which is pretty cool. So we want to start off by having some sort of audio file. So we already have a WAV file that we've already imported, and you can import it by clicking this little upload button right here on the left panel. It may be hidden, so you can just go and, oh, by the way, this will be linked in the description. So you can just go and click on the first link down there, and it will take you into this Colab. Now, we don't have to mess with anything. We just have to click a few run buttons. So here's a little plus button right here. All we're going to do is basically click these play buttons. I've already ran through all of it. Now this other setup one right here takes a little bit of time. So you will have to click this play button, and it will take a significant amount of time for it to run. It could take a couple of minutes. Now after this is run, you also want to run this one little file too. So run the top one, run this one too, and that's almost all you're going to have to do. Now this next one, after you run all through this code, actually I'm just going to hide this because it's not really that important. It'll take you into this one. Just click play here as well, nothing else super crazy. And then when you're done with this, you're going to get this little pop-up. You shouldn't worry about this because we're not choosing any of these sounds. What we are instead doing is right here, where there's like this other downloads.zip, you'll see that we have a lot of people's voices here. So we can do Tyler, the Creator, Travis Scott, but the very first one was actually, the other one, which was Kanye. So what we want to do is we want to copy the link of whoever voice we want to copy, and then we want to paste that link right here. So I've done the same exact thing, just copy that voice up here and then paste it down here, and then play this, or just click the run button or click play, whatever you want to do, and that will download that voice. Now down here is almost the last step. So what you want to do is you want to click the play button right here, and then once it downloads and extracts the zip, you want to go ahead and run this last button. So this code is basically going to go ahead and it's going to run through this code as it normally would. Now they mentioned that you have to open the file explorer on your left screen and drag and drop an audio file anywhere. So like I had showcased early on, you want to click this folder button right here. You want to upload an audio file. As I mentioned, I have this audio file that I had earlier, so you can just click on it. Make sure it's a WAV file, a WAV file. If it's an MP3, if it's an AIFC, whatever those other ones are, those are not going to work. It has to be a WAV file. So make sure that is the case, and you can go and bring that in. It takes like a minute or two for it to, fully import. And then they kind of mentioned you have to drag and drop it into here. I didn't really do that, and it still works. So if you want, drag and drop it. And then you will get into this little thing that comes up down here. So this is where you're almost done. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on the convert button, and you will see that the audio will start to convert. Now there's sometimes some errors where it says like no clustering for EA 200K, whatever. Things like that happened. For some reason it still worked, so that's kind of awesome. So when this is done, it's going to take a few minutes, as you can see, or even a few seconds. And when this is fully done, you will see a little pop-up that looks very similar to this pop-up that I've already done. So that is all you're going to have to do. From here, you can click play, and you should be able to hear the audio, which actually sounds very much like Kanye. If you're speaking not that eloquently like how I speak, it's not going to pick up that well. You can try this a couple of different times, and you can change up these settings right here if you want a higher quality audio. The default's already pretty decent, but that is how you do it. You can also download that audio by just downloading this WAV file here, and that's how you do it. When you're done, you can just exit out of this Google Notebook, and that's how it is. If you have thoughts, let me know. I'll see you guys later.